So today, Jerry and I are coming out to Mar Vista to show a potential investor one of our new apartments. And he wanted to meet us to see the location, walk the property, and, ask any questions once he's seen it that maybe he didn't ask prior. What's exciting about this is trying to, tell people about the vision in what we're about to create before it's been done. So in this example, we're taking 3 vacant apartment buildings and we are going to develop a new apartment, a co-living apartment. And so, having to articulate what the vision and, plan is to do so, and, going out to bring investors in to do it, it's just really entrepreneurial and fun. And, actually being at the property, seeing it, a tangible apartment in front of you, makes it feel real. So it's pretty cool. I was going to ask Jerry some questions so maybe you guys can get an understanding of why we like this deal. So we will start with you, Jerry. What do you like about this one?
So the location, I think, is probably one of my favorite things. It's not often we get to do deals, right here in Southern California. The project, it solves a few things. First of all, and I'm sure you'll talk more about how it kind of addresses the affordability issue in the area. I like that we're doing something here that provides a win for the people who are going to be living here. But we're also getting it at a good price. And so the economics on it are real attractive. So that's the kind of stuff I like.
Without talking about actual numbers, when we were looking at this deal, why don't you go over, what the potential return is that we can make, and also how we go about stress testing a deal just in case things don't go according to plan, and what that day looks like.
Okay. So when we're looking at a deal, we always want to make sure that it's at least meeting some certain thresholds as far as the expected return, and this one does. Nicely exceeds that too, which is part of what makes it exciting. But as you mentioned, we always want to stress test it, because one thing we know on a project is things aren't going to go to plan. There's going to be things that surprise us, and so we want to know, if we end up stuck with this, should the worst happen, we're okay. And so we look at things like, what if interest rates go up by 100 basis points? What if construction delays, cause a 6-month overrun? What if, lease up doesn't go to plan? What if construction costs come in, say 20% over budget? Which right now that's a real risk. So we model all of that out, and if a project can stand up to those kinds of tests, that's a good project, and this one does.
And so why don't we go over real quick what the timeline on this project is? When are we going to start? How long are we expecting it to take? And at what point will we have tenants in the building?
So this one is pretty much already permit ready. So we are expecting to be breaking ground in Q1. And so that's just a month from now, and then starting lease up. We've budgeted for a 12-month lease up, so we should have the project fully occupied and stabilized here potentially in as little as 2 years.
So what's exciting about this project is we are going to be doing a co-living apartment. And when we kind of started going through this process of building it this way, it brought me back to the days when I was renting. And just what that experience was like. I'd call, 2, 3 of my friends, try to figure out if they would come in and help rent a unit that we couldn't afford on our own. We'd convince somebody to jump on the lease and be held accountable. And I remember anytime somebody would move out, it was like a war zone, full panic, because we had to find somebody really quickly to come in and cover the rent that was lost. And especially the person on the lease, they felt it the most. And also on top of that, we would bring all of our stuff into the apartment, or, we were renting homes. And if anyone left, you kind of argued over whose stuff was whose. But the worst part, by far, were the bathrooms. The bathrooms smelled so bad. It was just like full of mold. It was gross. And so what's cool about this project is the units are leased by rooms, not by unit. So you don't put any stress on an individual if somebody decides to leave. They're fully furnished and they're serviced. So the place looks amazing. You don't have this scenario like when I was a kid where the bathrooms are just blown out on you. And on top of that, what Jerry was kind of mentioning, it solves an affordability issue. Like, it's really cool what's happening in Santa Monica with the tech scene, but it is so expensive to live there. And so for a lot of young adults, when they come in to get a new career in the tech scene, they want to live by the new job. And it is just too hard to find a place to rent. And the experience to go through how to find that place it's outdated. Like calling, or looking on Craigslist to find a roommate, that doesn't seem like we're at that current time now. So for this, you do everything through the app, you find the person you want to rent through, and you get such a big discount compared to what's out there. So we really like with this one that it solves a big need, and we as owners can also make some money in doing so. So we're pretty stoked about this one.